Hey everyone, this is Crumbs. Got another one with the time lapse. I like the last one I did with the ice farm, so I figured I'd give it another try. This is a new project I've started up. It's going to be like a full render distance perimeter. Got some desert, jungle, and savanna biome. I don't know about the savanna, but it was in an area, so I figured why not. And of course there'll be a bunch of rivers as well. So in the time lapse, you saw some of what I was doing, what I was working on. I was doing it in a still more inefficient way at first. I got some improvements over time. Definitely over the way I've done it in the past. So for some past perimeters, I've used this. Actually, no. For one of my two overworld perimeters, I use this machine. That's designed by RaiseWorks and Comet 107, I believe. It's showcased on RaiseWorks channel. I'll go ahead and link that in the description. It's a basic TNT duper. There are two duping sections right there and there. And they'll go out, hit the return station, come back, and the whole thing will get moved forward one block in that direction. And so I've used this in the past. I've sat in the minecart, I've dodged the phantoms, that kind of stuff. And ultimately, you know, it's a bit of AFK time. You can get a perimeter out of it, but I figured it would be interesting to try to add a few more, then run them all together at the same time and see if I could make it a good deal faster. And especially if you're talking about like a render distance perimeter, then that's what I generally play on 12 chunk render distance, so it's like 25 by 25 chunks. That's going to take a while if you just run one machine, so I've been trying to figure out how to do it with a whole bunch of them. So this here was the first idea I had, just to have one at a higher level to bomb out the upper area, especially it matters in the jungle with all the high level trees, and have one lower to bomb down, open up the lava lakes, and then figure out how to deal with the lava, and then send one more to bomb it down to bedrock. It's hard to stack them up as close to each other as I'd have liked, with one way above and one below. So what I ended up doing instead is now I have a bunch of them high up, right next to each other, and then I'll have a series behind at a lower level. And then, as you saw in the beginning of the time lapse, I had just a whole bunch of little fly machines down here that go back and forth and clean up the lava just one by one. And it was interesting, I guess, to create my own three-way flying machine, but it's really an inefficient use of time. It'd be a lot better if you could get that done while you were running the basic TNT dupers above. There you go. Ooh, my sounds are weird. Right, yeah. Okay, so anyway, so now I have the higher level set up in front. Then I have a lower level that bombs it down to open up the y equals 10, y equals 11, whatever, lava lakes down here. I then also have a set of the little fly machines that go back and forth at progressively lower levels to clear out the lava, so I don't have to come back with buckets all the time. You still have to clean up the edges, especially if you're trying to use the fly machines to the edges. There's just a little bit of bucketing or sand or whatever, but this will get the job done over time. And then if I want, I can just adjust the return station down here. It's very simple. It's the exact. I just took the exact same thing that Comet and Raise used for their thing as a return station. Ooh. And I placed a bit of bedrock to stop it, and safely, and then I can send it back and it'll work just if I remove the bedrock. The obsidian. So yeah, they just come down here. They have a single piston. It pushes down, and so that way they won't get caught as easily, and they'll be able to reveal anything that you need to mine out. So there's a bit of active work you still have to do. You have to keep track of everything, make sure the machines are getting caught or nothing like that. So this way, having a whole bunch of machines running at one time, you need to stay close enough to keep them all in render distance, but you can just kind of keep an eye on them, kind of babysit them, and take care of all the stuff at the lower levels. So there's some water I need to clean up. And then I have the little machines in the back to clean up some of the lava, and then I'll add maybe just one more after these because they're a bit slow. Or I can like move their turn stations up here, add some more. You know, you can always add some more machines if you want. These aren't too large or too complex, so it's pretty simple. They'll just build some additional ones if you want to go a little bit faster. you run into problems with the render distance potentially. I usually play on 12. I bumped mine up to 16 to keep, so that way I can keep more of these machines within the distance, so you don't lose the mine carts and they don't stop working on you. I had some things out in the other section that I've mostly cleaned up. Got too far away, and then the flying machine just broke and stopped working, so I had to go back and fix them. So you might want to up your render distance, or limit yourself to well within the render distance. So if I'm on the far side dealing with the flying machine, this flying machine over here, to make sure that stays within render distance, so it doesn't have problems and stop working on you. So the perimeter I already have is in the overworld. The main one I use for different mob farms is getting kind of full. I just the last farm I added was a charged creeper. No, it was a mob head farm. So you gotta get charged creepers, and then harvest a whole bunch of individual mobs. And you can cycle through them. I have another video up. It's a bit long, but the end shows it working. So yeah, I'm running a little bit low on room in that perimeter, and I just figured it'd be fun. I don't have anything in the jungle. There are some odd mobs that spawn in there. I rescued a few parrots from this one before I destroyed the entire thing. but yeah, so that, and there are some interesting things about the like different like husks spawning, so different spawn rates in the desert, and so I just figured I'd come out here, set up a new perimeter. Some of it just because I can, just to try out a different way of doing things than what I've done before, and to see what I can end up with. Got a few plans. The immediate plan is really just to bomb it out, basically even with the top layer of bedrock, fill in the holes, then flood the thing, just to make it easy. Because 25 by 25, you end up with like 160,000 blocks. It's gonna take a while if you wanna place anything down, and I'd like to, but just immediately to flood it to spawn proof it is good enough to start with, and we'll see where the next few years take it. So thanks again to Raze and Comet 107 for the TNT duper design, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.